So I'm going to take another look at the Wolverine scanner now that I've had it for a few weeks and I've been actually actively transferring films. In fact, I'm working on an active order now. I've got a bunch of these little boxes all over the back of my desk here. I found this be very convenient to use. I'm in the studio here. And what I've been doing, other than rewinding the film the way they suggest, flipping the reels around, I find it's faster just to thread the film back onto the supply spool and just use a pen, because you can rewind a film very quickly, just like that. Now I'm going to change this reel and show you how quickly I'm able to load this thing up. I've already got the gate open because, of course, at the end of the film you pop open the gate to remove the film. So I'm going to grab another reel of film here. Okay, I got another reel. So when I thread this up, I just pull off some film. And I have two reels here. For the larger reels, I use a full-size reel. So I've got two reels here, but for the smaller reels, I'm just using the one that came with it, the small one, because it's easier to thread. And you just thread the film through. And pull it through. And you're going to go right up to the start frame. So I'm going to turn the machine on. Now, this is when you want to make sure that there's no dust or debris, so you want to make sure that you clean. Before every film, I use the brush that comes with it, and I just wipe off scanner table. You'll notice that over here on the left of the scanner table, right here, this is actually a film cleaning pad. That's a little felt. I don't know if it's going to show up very well on camera. This camera doesn't want to focus, but this is a little piece of felt here. You'll see some residue on there. That's actually dirt that's come off the film, so you can just wipe that off. This will actually clean the emulsion side of the film before it goes through the scanner to take off any debris that's going to fall onto your light source and can cause dark, out of focus blotches, basically. So you want to make sure that you keep that clean. So when I thread this up, I just take the film and I take it to my pretty much my first frame here, and I just slide it underneath the film gate like that so that it's on both sides, and then just hold the film in place and close down the gate. Okay, now it's in place, and then loop the film underneath the film guides. So because we've already threaded it up here, just do that, and it's ready to go. Now what these ones here are, if you look at the material here, these actually are made out of like almost rubber. These are to provide friction to reduce the torque. This is the torque reduction, because this is going to be constantly pulling on the film. You don't want a lot of torque on here that could cause the film to skip. So as long as we've aligned the film like this and we're ready to go, now I can just, I've already selected Super 8 because obviously I'm working on Super 8. I just press the enter button twice and the unit starts scanning. And there we go. This roll is now scanning. It will take about 30 minutes to scan this roll, so I can just disappear and do whatever I want for the next half an hour. And once I come back, I'll shut the machine off, remove the memory card from the back, put it on the computer, and verify that the transfer has been done correctly, which it should be, because I don't see any issues with it here on the screen. I don't see any problems with framing or anything on the screen, and I'll just verify that it's good before I move to the next one. That way I can guarantee my customer is going to get an absolutely perfect transfer, and then we move on. But it's working out very well. As I say, I've only had it for a couple weeks now. This is the second order of film, the second major order of film that I've done. My first client brought me about 20 reels of film, and this client here has brought me 30. So as you can see, I'm up to number 64 right now. So I'm midway through this order of film, but so far I've had no issues with it at all. The quality has been excellent, and if you have a lot of film to recommend, or say if you have a lot of film to scan of your own, rather than take it into a shop, this might be a worthwhile investment. It's not inexpensive. These machines are about $400 for the Pro version. The non-Pro version, which only supports up to a 200-foot reel. This one will support up to a 500-foot reel. The non-Pro version is the 720 camera, whereas this one's 1080. So the picture quality off the Pro machine is certainly better than the picture quality of the non-pro machine. The only thing that kind of that I noticed that kind of it throws caution to the wind here is the warranty. The warranty on this, if you look at the limited warranty, it has a 1 year or 200 roll of film limit. So when this little counter gets to 200, it doesn't matter whether it's a month from now or 6 months from now, when this little counter gets to 200 rolls of film, the warranty is done. And that doesn't, they don't take into consideration whether you're doing 250-foot rolls of film or 200, 400-foot rolls of film. Once the counter hits 200, the warranty is done. That's something to keep in mind. That maybe they know that the thing's going to have a expected lifespan, and that once you get past that, you may be in for a surprise. But by the time I get to there, the machine will be long paid for, and if it lasts me a year and I have to buy another one, well, as long as the thing's paid for before it craps out, I guess I'm ahead of the game. Anyway, that's my second opinion on this. Looks to be an excellent product so far, and I've had no concerns or anything, and all of my clients that I've had, which so far is 2, because the client that brought me these films, he's been bringing me 10 rolls at a time. So the clients that I've had so far have looked at the quality of it, and it's been 2 thumbs up all the way. So I would say this is a good unit to use. If you've got a lot of film to do, certainly worth buying one. So the machine's been going now for about half an hour, and the reel is finished. Now, the machine automatically stops, so you don't have to be sitting there waiting for it to end. If you are watching it and it ends, you can stop it with the enter button, but if you don't, it'll stop on its own and shut itself off, and then all you simply do is I take the reel off this side and just reverse it so that the slot is there for easy threading. You just open the gate, remove the film, and then I just use my trusty pen to rewind. Now it might look like the film is touching, but it actually is not touching. If you look at this here, if I've got it tight, you'll notice that I can push the film up against the actual unit itself. So it actually isn't, the film is not being scratched against the actual body of the unit itself. Rewind the film, load it back into its box, and then move on to the next one. Now this is the opportunity that I can take to verify that the transfer has been done good, which is what I typically do between reels. The machine is off, I just take the SD card out of the back and load it in my computer and check it. SD card now loaded. It appears in a folder called Film Scanner, Movie, and here's all the films that I've done on this order so far. So I click on it and the film will play, and then I usually typically spot check to make sure that everything's good on the film. And if I see something I don't like, then I will do it again. But the same with the previous film, right? I just check to make sure that everything looks good, and if I'm happy with the quality, I move on to the next one. If not, I'll redo the same film again. So once again, I'm going to clean the film path, turn the machine back on, make sure there's no dust and debris. The next reel of film I have is once again a standard 8 reel as opposed to a Super 8, so I have to remove the adapter, place the standard 8 reel on. I just have to switch back to standard 8, and again we'll thread it the same way. I always just take the film over to the take-up spool, get it started on the take-up spool, same as before. We'll roll up to the beginning of the film, put the film into the gate under the two little white tabs, close it down, thread, Thread it over the cleaner. Press the start button. And observe, looking good. We've just started the next reel. I can go away for another half an hour and know that it's probably going to be fine. And I'll, of course, double check it when it's done, but that's it. That's how simple it is to scan film in with the Wolverine scanning system. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.